Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. So if you are new here, my name is Phoebe Hagan, IFBB Bikini Pro from the UK, and this is my series Ask an IFBB Pro, which I haven't done for a while actually. And you know, I literally, I'm not even kidding, it's almost 12 o'clock at night in Dubai and I have just got back from a walk and I kind of got inspired because I was like listening to a podcast and I wanted to get back into just sitting in front of the camera and talking. Like, I love to talk, you know me if you've been following me for a while. I love to talk about things that I'm one, passionate about, and one, you guys want to hear about. And something a lot of people have been asking me recently is how to get over the fear of being on stage. Now, people will say to me like, I'm so scared to step on stage, like I don't want to, you know, mess up, or I don't want to fall or do anything to make me look like a fool or look stupid or anything like that. And literally what I say to them is, I have done everything there is under the book to, you know, make you feel scared, or any scenarios you've made in your head, someone's probably done, but they have continued to carry on competing regardless of that fear and regardless of that situation. And that's exactly what you should do. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Back in 2019, I think it was the end of April time, it was actually my first show with Adam from Team Elite Physique, which is my current coach now. And this was, well, 2019, so like almost 3 years ago, because it's March now, right now, 2022. So we had our first show together. It was my first pro show together with him. Obviously, I'd done pro shows before him, but it was with a different coach, and we were feeling really good going to the show and all that type of thing, so we were happy with everything. Come show day, you know, I would say I was very, very nervous. I was very nervous stepping on stage. I was very, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but kind of like I had a lot of anxiety that day because, you know, it was the first show with a different coach, and, you know, I felt like a lot of people were watching and all that type of thing, like to see how we got on with this new coach. And I had a lot of fear and anxiety with that show day in particular. So I was a little bit more nervous than usual. So come show day, we're backstage getting ready. Don't get me wrong, with that show in general, there was a lot of things that we could have done differently and all that type of thing. But we went into comparisons. I did my individual, went into comparisons, did my thing. We came back for a confirmation round for top 3, which luckily, obviously, amazingly, I'd got into top 3. And within that time, I'd kind of felt a little bit off. I was like, I don't feel like 100% right now. And I fainted on stage. So yeah, anyone that's kind of has the fear of, oh my God, I'm scared I'm gonna fall, I'm scared I'm gonna do this, it could happen. Don't get me wrong, I don't wanna scare you or anything like that, it could happen. But the main thing to take it away from this story is, did that stop me from competing? No. That didn't make me go, okay, oh my God, I'm never gonna compete again, because that's happened. That made me go, okay, that situation can happen, but I'm not gonna let it stop me from doing what I love, you know? And it's the same with getting on stage. For any of you newbies or people scared to get up on stage and feel like they're scared or fearful or doubtful of obviously being on stage, don't let that stop you from, you know, actually getting on stage and doing the thing. So the thing that we're most scared of is the scenarios. We're scared up of the build-up, and we actually create these scenarios in our head like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall, oh my God, I'm gonna, you know, something bad's gonna happen, or I'm gonna forget everything. Those are the scenarios that we're creating in our head to stop us from doing the thing that we're wanting to do. So for example, stepping on stage. I'm scared I'm gonna fall, I'm scared I'm gonna do this wrong. That's a scenario you're creating in your head before it's even happened. Who knows whether or not you're actually going to, you know, fall or do whatever. I didn't know I was gonna faint on stage, but I carried on and did it anyway. And the funny thing is, after I fainted, obviously they said, you know what, do you want to go back up and, you know, get your award or whatever? And I said, hell yes. Like, I'm not letting fear or the thought of people, what they think of me because I've just fainted, stop me from getting back on stage and getting my award. So I marched right up on stage. They can say, no, you didn't need to have your heels on. I went on with my heels, collected my second place award, and I was actually 1 point away from getting first, which was amazing. So for me, again, not letting that fear stop me from where I need to be because of the scenarios that I might have, you know, created in my head. I could have gone, oh, what happens if people feel this, or what happens if people feel this, before collecting my award, but I went and got it anyway. Anyway, I'm sidetracking, but the reason we feel fear is because of the scenarios we create before we're actually doing the thing that we're most scared of. So getting on stage, I'm gonna fall, I'm scared I'm gonna do something wrong. Those are the things that our mind is trying to protect us from actually the main event. So our mind's going to try and protect us by saying all these things and saying, okay, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. Try and think logically about it, blah, blah, blah. Your mind is making you think about these things beforehand to make sure it's safe for you to do it. But unfortunately, with fear, or the other side of fear, is the greater opportunities that we might not ever get to if we let fear stop us. Because usually the only time that we are fearful is the lead up to the great event, like I've just said. Because when I'm actually on stage, I don't feel fear at all. Like still get nervous and fearful of, all these scenarios that we create in our minds and all that type of thing. But when I'm actually on stage, I forget all of that. I forget all of that fear. There's nothing there for me to be scared of because there was nothing actually for me to be afraid of or doubtful over or anything like that. So again, you create these scenarios in your head before the main event, and then when you're actually doing the do, there's nothing there. So what is the point of fear? How often do you create scenarios in your head on a daily basis making you scared, making you fearful of doing something? It could be not competing, it could be something else. Doing a new experience or taking a new opportunity. How many times do you create scenarios in your head before that to make you even more scared than you were before? And usually it's in the safest place that you are where you feel the most fear. So when I'm when I'm maybe backstage pumping up, that's where I feel the most fear sometimes. Or when I'm getting ready, getting my makeup done, that's where I feel the most fear for some reason. But I'm in the safest place. It's not even me on stage, It's not when I'm in this, it's when I'm in the safest place where I feel the most fear. And why is that? It's because our minds are trying to protect us from what we think is the worst, to actually, when we get past that, it's like, fuck yeah, let's do that again. So every time I step on stage, I remember the first feeling when I stepped on stage. I literally remember being obviously in my bikini and heels, makeup on, makeup, I've never had that much makeup on in my life before. Tan, I've never worn tan before in my entire life. And I was standing backstage like, why am I doing this? Like, what have I got myself into? What am I doing? And as soon as I stepped on stage and got up there and did my thing and came back off, I was like, I am hooked. I want to do that again. And most of the time on the other side of fear is when we're like, fuck yeah, let's do that again. And we need to try and find a way to get past that, to not be then scared of the scenario we're trying to get into. So how can we ultimately actually get away from this fear? Because if I'm honest, it will never go away. As much as we think, the most successful people are the ones with the least fear, it's actually completely incorrect. Everyone has fear. Everyone is scared of something. Everyone is doubtful of something. Everyone is worried about, making the next move forward, the next venture forwards. But the difference between successful people and, I don't say unsuccessful people, but people that don't get where they want to be, is because the people that don't get where they want to be is because people take different actions to what they're actually fearful over. So the people that are more successful will step forward and say, yeah, let's go, let's do this, You'll always have that feeling in the back of the head, and I still even do now. All IFBB pros do, all top level pros, all Olympians, the top of the top still feel that fear now. The most successful people in the world still feel it now. Like, everyone has fear, everyone. The difference between the two people really is that the actions they make, the difference of what they take when that fear arises. So the people that are more successful will see action as, okay, let's fucking do this, let's keep doing this, and they'll be okay with the fear, versus people that may not get to where they want to be and they let that fear hold them back and they step away from it, versus you don't want to step away from it to gain a new opportunity and gain new experiences. Because ultimately, when I fainted on stage back in 2019, I could have said, that's me done for competing, I'm never doing that again, because of the fear of it happening again. But if I did that, I wouldn't be anywhere where I am now. And that would be fear holding me back, which is ultimately my worst fear, which is quite ironic, So ultimately, okay, so how do we get over this? We have to learn to live with fear. We have to learn to live with those uncomfortable feelings of, oh my God, what if? Because ultimately, if you actually feel fear, it means you're moving out of your comfort zone, because fear is your comfort, if that makes sense. Fear is like I said, your mind telling you, okay, this is something that we've never done before. This is out of our comfort zone. Are you sure you want to do this? And that is your decision whether or not you say, fuck yeah, let's do this again, like let's do this, or actually no, we're gonna step it back. So, and don't get me wrong, comfort is a good place to be in, but for how long? You can't live life just being in your comfort zone and just doing the same thing over and over again, because you won't ever experience life, experience new ventures, opportunities, everything under the sun, you know? And I know we've obviously now gone into, I was talking about obviously fear of being on stage, but now I'm talking about just anything in general, you know? You wanna try and make sure that you're not letting fear hold you back. And I know that's very, very, obvious, but I think a lot of people don't actually take it as seriously as they think. So when fear arises, don't step away from it. Let it move you forwards. Let it move you out of your comfort zone and let it take you to better and bigger places to where you even thought it would be. So I feel like I got everything I wanted to kind of get out, because I'd just been for like a 40-minute walk, and I was like, I need to get some stuff off my chest. I want to talk. I want to kind of give you guys my opinion, and I want to start obviously this IFBB Pro series again. So let me know in the comment section if you are enjoying these videos. I do have a lot more videos coming up and coming, because I really want to try and make sure that I'm giving as much informative information and informative videos to you guys as possible, because I have so much to give you guys, and I want to try and give you guys more within the year of 2022. So very excited to keep going with these YouTube series, and thank you guys so much for always watching and supporting and everything like that. I've got a lot of stuff going on in the works right now, and I'm really excited to be sharing this with you. So keep up to date, switch that little bell sign on so you can get notifications when I get a video uploaded, and also make sure that you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you like, because your support really means the world to me. It honestly does. Like, I loved doing my recent series with the Arnold's Ohio. It was a very tough prep for me, and it was a very tough series for me, to be honest, but the few videos I actually did and got out of that, a lot of people really enjoyed, and they loved how open I was. And I love being an athlete that shares a lot of her journey and a lot of what my journey is about, you know? So I'm really, really happy that you guys are enjoying it. So I love you guys so much. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, because it really helps support my channel. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.